Okay, can we please start with a little bit of background on CyberGlobal, sort of when, why form, progress to date, people involved? Yeah, just give us a flavor of the company, please.
Absolutely. So CyberGlobal started 8 years back on, of course, some things changed along the years, but on two premises. We wanted to build a distribution channel in cybersecurity because I think from the beginning we saw that, first of all, I think cybersecurity was created from the enterprise perspective. You know, at the beginning, all the enterprises were consuming the cybersecurity services. So SMBs, which were, you know, the most attacked, let's say if you're looking at the statistics, were left behind. So enterprise level was creating cybersecurity, and they were consuming everything which is in that specific area. And whoever needs the most cybersecurity, they were like looking around, seeing it as a complex, and also from a budget perspective, as an expense, a high expense, let's say. So we wanted to build a distribution channel, which actually solves this problem of making cybersecurity accessible and affordable to SMB market. That's premise number one. And second, we wanted to build a partner-led engine when it comes to the cybersecurity, so that in the end, we are behind most of the MSPs and MSSPs out there. So IT companies and cybersecurity companies, we are behind them as an engine in helping them deliver cybersecurity services on their local market. Because at the end of the day, cybersecurity, it's a matter of trust. That's what I have learned in 8 years within the industry. It's a matter of trust, and people buy from people they trust. You would rather buy from somebody local selling cybersecurity services who you met, rather than somebody from Italy, which, you know, they are the best in Italy, but you would rather do that because it's like plumbing, you know, you're hiring somebody through a recommendation. And that's exactly how cybersecurity is.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And in terms of the, I think there's the franchise opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And I know the slogan, as you sort of hinted at there, is global power, local delivery. So yeah, tell us how that works.
Local advisor and global expertise. This was not something which we dreamed of creating only in our minds, but more and more, from a frequency perspective, we were asked by our customers that they want to buy cybersecurity locally, but they don't want a boutique company to deliver the services because they don't know, for example, if it's a small company, they might not know the financial sector. To give them, you know, once you're buying a consultancy, you would expect them to know everything about that specific subject. So they want a company which is near them, but in the same time, they want a force actually which is global, so that they can actually grasp what they are proposing from a consultancy perspective. And you know, we are not reinventing the wheel. If you're looking at Deloitte, for example, they have all these consultants, or McKinsey, they have all these consultants worldwide, and they might be near you or not be near you, but when you're hiring a consultant, you want them to teach you how to do the things better, because that's why you're hiring in the first place. So we were focused on partnerships, and the next, I would say, the next level in what we wanted to achieve was to be even closer to our partners, but under one single brand. So CyberGlobal, through franchising as a scaling mechanism, was actually the only way, after years of thoughts, let's say, put together, was the only way in achieving this scale that we wanted with CyberGlobal, to be the local advisor, having the global expertise, everything under one single brand. So that's how franchising took place on our side, and happy to be, you know, the first one in doing cybersecurity franchising, being the first in something that might mean also that, you know, it's an untapped field, so you don't know what to expect moving forward.
That's great. And perhaps you can just tell us a bit more about the partnership program. So what's the opportunity for folks when it comes to working with yourselves?
Absolutely. Actually, our partners have already an established relationship with the final customer. The final customer that usually also we serve. Either if it's an IT company, they also have customers. And those customers can be, you know, from different industry, accounting, lawyers, other IT companies, even small or medium companies even enterprise, but they are already in front of their customers. What they don't have the cybersecurity services, or they might have a few cybersecurity services, but they don't have it all. In cybersecurity, you can have towards 70, 100 services. So you cannot hire an expert and then you can say, now we can provide and deliver cybersecurity services, because one expert can't deliver you 70 services, right? And also you have then the spike. So we saw the need, and also that our partners are in front of the customers in that they need cybersecurity services, but they didn't have the workforce, they didn't have the services standardized. So long story short, we are helping our partners, either they are IT companies or other cybersecurity companies, to sell cybersecurity services. We are coming with the full operational. Now, the model can be a little bit different from one partner to another. For example, we can be their operational arm and they can be in front of the customer, or there are situations where we can go together as a co-branding, co-partnership model. Because, for example, some specific end customers, they might ask for specific certifications for the vendors to provide. And in that case, our partners need us also to be co-branded, a co-partnership with them in front of their customer. But we are doing this for 8 years. It's working greatly for us. We learn, we improved along the years, and we came to a level that actually we standardize everything that we are doing, and we are plug and play for most of the partners which are out there. So if it's a cybersecurity company, you would think, okay, but that's your competition. Yes, but not so, because we are enhancing their service portfolio with our services. So now they can provide more to their customers. So they are not losing business at the end of the day. And it's a kind of partnership where everybody wins. I'm interested in our partners to win deals in their local market, and they are interested for us to deliver. So it's win-win-win at the end of the day for everybody. And also the customer benefits from the standardized services. They don't have to hire another cybersecurity company, which they don't know. Everything can go through their partners, so that trust is already there. So that's how we are functioning.
Okay, and I know fairly recently you've launched a crowdfunding campaign. Just be good to understand, I guess, a bit more about that in terms of what's the objective and why this approach is quite a novel approach, I guess, in this space.
Yes. Crowdfunding started because we have an ambitious vision. In 5 years' time, we want to be in 200 locations worldwide. At the moment, we are ending the year with 30, and we started beginning of this year officially. And we having 200 locations in 5 years, that means you will be competing with the big four, which are out there: Deloitte, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers. So dealing with them, which they have massive budgets in different locations, that means as well that you can crawl, but as much as you can. At some point, you have to. If the vision is too bold, you have to be also bold in the activities and actions that you are doing. So crowdfunding helps us in scaling our partnership model to franchising as an add-on with our selling locally but providing globally mode. And crowdfunding helps us in scaling the number of partners which we have out there, delivering at the end even better quality, because we are opening new delivery centers near our partners. There are many cases where in different countries, there might be needed for some specific services, some local presence in terms of delivery. So we can't have everything in one place and deliver from the headquarters all around the world. So we have to have some delivery centers that provide the same quality of services to our partners. So crowdfunding is a way in scaling the partnership model, the franchise model, and helps us actually provide better servicing.
Okay, and maybe at this stage, I guess it would be good to understand the cybersecurity services that you've developed to date and the one that therefore you are offering to your partners.
Absolutely. I think you can look at it as two verticals. In cybersecurity, there is a vertical of offensive security services, where actually somebody would come in and try to assess from a mind of a hacker to assess your services, IT services, OT services. Depends on the nature of the work, but in an offensive way. They try to put themselves in the shoes of an attacker and try to see, okay, if I were an attacker, what can I do? And there are around 35 services in the offensive side, where we are auditing the IT infrastructures or whatever infrastructure they have internally. We have a 24/7 delivery center in place for the defensive side. So we are monitoring all the assets from the customer side. So we are coming in, we are making the setup, and from that moment on, we are monitoring 24/7 all the assets from the customers. Whenever something bad happens with their assets, that means IT systems, the majority of the time, that means we are in full alert, and in a few minutes, somebody from our side will see the incident and will jump in and try to fix it. We have the operation center is in US, in Europe, in Germany, in UK, and also we have one in the Middle East, which makes this 24/7 operational across different time zones. So that's on the defensive side. And also on the defensive, you have, because with AI coming in quite rapidly and very in force, I would say, we have different services for the incident response, forensics, try to identify the deep fakes before somebody gets scammed, let's say in the middle. And I would say every 2 years, it's a shift in cybersecurity where our services makes a new orientation, let's say, or at least some things are changing because the new threats are coming quite rapidly. So you have to be on top of what's out there, what are the threats, what are the threat actor, and how can we make sure that our clients are safe through our partners at the end of the day. So that's the two verticals, offensive and defensive services. That's how I would put everything in.
Okay, and in terms of your sort of success to date, be good to understand, how would you characterize your impact? What have you achieved so far, as a company?
I would say that the success that we have achieved is that, honestly speaking, I think we are behind first of all, we are the most recognized partner-led cybersecurity company. And even if you, for example, if you don't know from different partners that they might be in front, we are, let's say, on the back end helping them provide the cybersecurity services to their customers. We have more than, so we had 70 partners last year. We have more than 70 partners worldwide through which we are providing our cybersecurity services. And to be honest with you, I think we learned some countries along the way from when our partners contacted us from countries we never knew it existed. We have in Bahrain, in Kuwait, in UAE, in Saudi, in UK, we have enormous amount of partnerships in US, in Europe, across Europe, in different countries. And that's our biggest success in transforming a cybersecurity business in a partner-led business at the end of the day and making it successful. I think that's our biggest win. And we always want to come with innovative ways in scaling because we don't want to stay small. We want to be innovative in what we are doing. So franchising is one of the ways that we saw a need of that trusted local advisor. We saw also the need from our partners that they were asking how can they open their cybersecurity practice. So exactly, we fulfill that need on the market and help them in sell cybersecurity services on the local market. So I think that's our success in this innovative, I would say, industry where everything happens quite quickly from the services, from the customers. New companies are arriving, new companies are going down. So that's our success so far.
Okay, and then in terms of the future, I think obviously earlier you mentioned how you plan to grow, but just anything on the roadmap as to what specifics you're planning to do, whether it's introduce further services or just developing your profile as you've already alluded to, just what you can share as to the vision for the company over the next few years.
Yes, we have a crystal clear vision over the next 5 years. We are standardizing the cybersecurity industry through the services that we are providing. We want to package them so that it doesn't show that as complex as it was before, because complexity usually brings also the fear of not touching it. That's what we have seen from the customers that we are serving. When they are seeing something very complex, they will delay it. And they will delay it to a point where actually it's too late to buy cybersecurity or to get any cybersecurity services. That's why you are seeing all these compliances are coming from the European Union, from the US, from UK as well, UK governments, where they are forcing companies, especially SMBs, to achieve a level of compliance when it comes to cybersecurity services. Fortunately, we started doing this a few years before. It was so a hot topic, let's say. We standardized all of our services, and we utilized our channel partners to sell it on the local market. We are also CREST certified, and we have different certifications very known in the industry because that's how cybersecurity is working. Everything that we are doing is towards our vision of 5 years, to be concentrated, of course, in providing enterprise-grade cybersecurity services through our partners, MSPs, MSSPs, but also our franchisees in the local markets, and to get to a point where actually we are creating a distribution network where cybersecurity won't be seen as this complex phenomenon, let's say, where only the greatest will achieve compliance, but actually to make it accessible and affordable in every part of the world. Either you're talking of Mauritius, in Bahrain, in US, in Latin America, everywhere, you know that when you're buying from CyberGlobal, you're getting a standardized service which makes compliance for your company at an accessible and affordable price all around the world, but to the different partners. So I'm not, let's say, direct in contact with somebody in Latin America. No, they will have a local provider, local partner, but they know that the delivery is made in a standardized mechanism as we are doing at the moment. That's
Excellent.
our vision.
No, that's great. I mean, it's been lovely to chat, and thank you so much for sharing so many
Likewise.
insights as to what's going on at the company. And maybe we can touch base in the new year or something to see how the plans are developing. But for now, at least, Daniel, thanks for your time. Thank you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.